10 films selected as the Best Picture nominees for 2010 are Black Swan, Mike Medavoy.
The Super Bowl of award season is just around the corner.
And now the nominees for the Best in the Movies have been announced. Our movie guy, Aaron Lafferty, is here to talk more about who did and who didn't get nominated for the Oscars.
Yep, this is the big one.
Oh yeah, he's super huge in Hollywood, and we have that little preview with the Golden Globes. A lot of similarities, some differences, any big surprises?
I had some surprises. I was surprised in a couple categories. Also, you've got the Screen Actors Guild Awards this weekend. That's on the network TV. So that's like the last one before the Oscars. So all of these are adding up to. There's some trends. There's some surprises going on. Let's start with Best Actress nominees. You got Annette Bening for The Kids Are All Right, Michelle Williams for Blue Valentine, Nicole Kidman, Rabbit Hole, Jennifer Lawrence, Winter's Bone, Natalie Portman for Black Swan. And right now, Natalie Portman is definitely the contender in this category. Annette Bening also has a chance because she's been around for a while. She certainly has the credibility with the Oscars.
And Natalie Portman won the Golden Globe for that, in that same category.
She's won all the awards leading up to this point. So the Screen Actors Guild will probably be the last one this weekend.
And I thought she did just a phenomenal job in Black Swan. But again, I may watch the movies in a little bit of a different way.
Right. Sure, but this is a movie we were just talking about. This is a movie that you've seen that I haven't seen. But from everything I've heard,
the only time it'll ever happen.
Yeah, very intense. This is actually her second Oscar nomination. She also got Best Supporting Actress for Closer back in 2004. So certainly there's a trend here going. Natalie Portman's probably one of your slam dunks when we make our picks later.
Yes, a little bit closer, and we make a wager.
Right. Let's move on to Best Actor nominees. You've got Javier Bardem for Beautiful. That was a small independent movie coming out of Mexico.
I like him as an actor.
Yeah, but not a lot of people have seen this movie, and it's not in West Michigan, so good luck trying to find that movie to see it before the Oscars. You've also got Jeff Bridges, True Grit. He won last year for Crazy Heart. Jesse Eisenberg for The Social Network. Colin Firth for The King's Speech, and James Franco for 127 Hours. Last night I got to see King's Speech. I was so excited. I heard Terry talk about it a lot. I've heard all these things. It got 12 nominations for the Oscars, won the Golden Globe, all these things, and it was a great movie. I really liked it.
Put it on the list.
I thought, going into it, sometimes movies that are either about British monarchy or British-type movies tend to go a little slower, and this movie just kept up the pace. It was interesting. I was entertained. I was engaged. It was Jeffrey Rush and Colin Firth have a great relationship in the movie. I thought it was really well done.
Really a good one to see before the awards also. Because sometimes some are better than others.
Right.
We can all honestly say that.
And this is Colin Firth's second nomination in 2 years. He also was nominated for Serious Man last year. Excellent. Or Single Man last year, I'm sorry.
Okay. All right, then we have our supporting roles.
Supporting roles, right. We got two from The Fighter. You got Amy Adams and Melissa Leo for The Fighter. You've got Helena Bonham Carter also from The King's Speech, Haley Steinfeld for True Grit, and Jackie Weaver for Animal Kingdom, which is a small movie which you can go rent, Animal Kingdom. That came out of Australia. But definitely Melissa Leo is your leading contender here. It's her second nomination. Her first was for Frozen River, where she played a mom making some very difficult decisions, and she also won the Golden Globe in this category. So she's the front runner here.
And Haley Steinfeld in True Grit. How do you feel about her, where she may rank on that movie? Got a lot of talk.
She's probably the least likely to win in the category. Happy to be nominated kind of a thing. It's it's her first real big movie role, so it's kind of she snuck in there. And from what I've heard in True Grit, I was going to either see True Grit or King's Speech last night, and just worked out saw King's Speech. So True Grit's the next one to see.
And speaking of the next category, because there's an actor in that movie that's been nominated for an award too.
Right. Another movie for Fighter. You've got Christian Bale, Dark Knight. He did The Mechanic. He's done so many roles where he's kind of transformed himself. You've also got John Hawkes, Winter's Bone, which was really one of the biggest surprises of the nominations was John Hawkes for Winter's Bone. A lot of other people thought other people would get in that spot, but he just kind of stepped up and surprised. And sometimes the Oscars do that. They kind of buck the trend, and they go with what they want. Jeremy Renner for The Town, Mark Ruffalo, The Kids Are All Right, and Jeffrey Rush, The King's Speech. This is definitely Christian Bale's category to lose. He won the Golden Globe. It's his first Oscar Oscar nomination, despite everything that he's done and all the years of his work.
Batman.
It's just, Batman. You got Empire of the Sun when he was just a kid. There's just a lot of movies that he's done and transformed himself like he did in American Psycho. So
yeah, Aaron, I just saw the movie The Town last weekend. I thought that was pretty good.
Great movie. Yeah.
So that's The Fighter. I'm hoping to catch up on this one.
Yeah,
it's one that's on the list.
The Fighter's the third one for me to see. I got King's Speech and then True Grit and then
okay, you've got some work to do.
Yeah. Well, we got some time, and obviously, family movies are important to the box office as well, and that's why we're also highlighting the nominees for Best Animated Picture. You've got How to Train Your Dragon, you've got The Illusionist, and Toy Story 3. Now, I've seen 2 out of 3 of these. The Illusionist is really hard to find. It was released in Europe. It was in very limited release in the United States. It's not out on video yet, and so good luck trying to find this one. Yeah. But Toy Story 3 is probably the leader in this category.
So many people have seen that. They love the storyline. This is a third.
Talk about it.
Yeah, some say the best.
I actually saw it earlier this week, and I would say it's better than the first.
Wow.
The second one was a little bit weaker. First one was great. This one had all the charm and heart of the first one.
And is it pretty rare to have that third one come up as one of the better ones?
Yeah, which is surprising. And remember, Toy Story 3, the first Toy Story, is the one that kind of started it all for Pixar to get that name out there. And now Toy Story 3 is the one, not only is it nominated for Best Animated Feature, it's also nominated for Best Picture. So you've got all that going for it.
Speaking of the granddaddy, Best Picture.
Best Picture, let's go over those. There's 10 again this year. We had 10 last year. Kind of the Dark Knight effect going there. We have Black Swan, The Kids Are All Right, 127 Hours, Toy Story 3, and Winter's Bone. And the ones on the second page are the ones we really want to talk about: Inception, True Grit, The Fighter, King's Speech, and Social Network. The leaders here: King's Speech, Social Network, The Fighter, True Grit. Also Inception, I want to talk about that because that was a shocking point too, because Christopher Nolan did not get nominated for Best Director. He's never been nominated for Best Director despite his body of work in all these years. He's never been nominated for Best Director.
Wow,
which is really kind of weird.
It was a good movie too.
It was a thinking movie. You had to very much
It's things that we don't normally see in the theaters.
Okay, so what are you thinking if you had to pick one right now?
It's between King's Speech, Social Network right now, really, for me, for Best Picture.
All right. So we have all of this to look forward to, and we can see it.
Right, there's a lot of movies you can actually see. 5 of the 10 are in theaters. 5 of the 10 you can go rent now. I don't have those notes in front of me right now, but they're all on my blog. A lot of them are in the theaters. Social Network, Toy Story 3, Kids Are All Right, Winter's Bone, Inception. You can all see those. You can rent those at home. You can watch them this weekend. And the other 5 for Best Picture, you'll have to go to the theaters and see.
Okay.
127 Hours comes back this week.
But like you mentioned, still a lot of time.
Yeah.
Still a lot of time.
But what about if you're going to the theater this weekend, Aaron?
We got Blue Valentine. Is in theaters this week. That's in very limited release. That's at Celebration North. This was a movie which was originally rated NC-17 for some graphic adult content. On appeal, they brought it down to an R rating. So that movie that's in limited release, and it's about a couple going through the dramas of life and whatnot. You've also got The Mechanic and The Right, 2 movies. 2 different audiences. They are what they are. You got the action movie and the thriller movie. Anthony Hopkins in the PG-13, The Right. It's kind of a big movie this weekend.
Okay, so we can always go to your blog, Laugh at the Movies, and your Facebook page as well.
All right. Cool. Thanks so much, Aaron.
You bet.
Stay right back.